So we have this Kia. It's a friend of ours. It needs tires and maybe brakes. It has this crazy key lock on it, on the lug nut, which she does not have the key. So to resolve this problem, all I did, and it seemed to work on every one, I haven't done this one yet, but I found a socket that was just barely would fit. Actually, I had to tap it on there with a hammer. This one happens to be 22 millimeter, what I used. First of all, first one, I used a regular socket, not a deep well. Problem is, when that gets in there, when you drive that all the way in, if you can't get it, if it doesn't break loose, the socket is, let's see, it's clear back there like so. So you have no way to get a hold of it. So do not use just a regular socket. Get yourself a deep well if you don't have one. Like I said, it's 22 millimeter. It just barely fits on there, starts on there. Sorry, don't have a tripod or anything set up. So I did just throw that on there with my hammer. You don't have to drive it until it bottoms out, but drive it just a little bit. Get you a 24-inch breaker bar, half-inch breaker bar. All right, so I set me up a little makeshift tripod here. So after you drive this socket on, put your breaker bar on there. And just like that. Now, these are 6-sided sockets. Make sure you have a good socket, an impact socket. But just like this one is a, I don't know if you can see that. It's a 6-sided socket. A 12 side will work better because it'll grab better. But these actually came off pretty good. So, but remember, deep well socket, 12 point if you can get one. A good socket, like an impact socket, not just a regular socket like this. You'll bust it up pretty fast beating on it. So there you go. So once you get that done, just stop at Advanced Auto Parts or whatever and get you a regular lug nut for this model, whatever model you have. And I mean, if you prefer to have a locking lug nut, you can get a new set that you might actually be able to remember to have the key for. But other than that, just tighten that up. And if you have a flat tire along the road, it's not such a big issue. One last thing, once you drive that on there, you're going to need to drive that lug nut back out of that socket. So what I use is, of course, you have to have a vise or something to put it in, and you can drop a chisel down in there, a punch, and then you just drive it out.